boys and girls. Here we have our weekly announcement for our packets, and this one is for May 4th through the 8th. Okay, so this is our new week, but same packet. So for reading this week, you are going to be reading a short story called Shark Attack, and that's going to be found in your benchmark book. And for Shark Attack, you are going to answer that using race strategies. So if you were in an intervention class that focused on race, which was myself, Mrs. Duffy, Mr. LaBelle, and Mrs. Halstead started with race strategy. If you were in any of those intervention groups, I want you to answer those using a race strategy. And on here, we see that I already laid it out for you. The R stands for restate, A for answer, C for cite evidence, and E explain. And once again, I am okay with rack. If you were not in that intervention group, just go ahead and answer it the best that you can. Moving on to day 2, you're going to be reading a story called Making Choices, and it's a very short story. And in that story, there's going to be a list of 5 proverbs. And proverbs are an advice that is given, okay? And there's going to be a list of 5, and it's a very short story. It's just on one page, okay? And when you read those 5 proverbs, your job is to circle one that you want to talk about. And it might not make too much sense to you, and that's okay. Your job is just to write about what do you think it means. And you can have a discussion with one of your family members about what you think that proverb means. And then I want you to write it on a separate sheet of paper. And notice right here that it says there are no wrong answers. I want to know, what do you think that proverb means? Then on day 4, you're going to be doing a cause and effect worksheet out of your Kids Learn book, okay? So out of your Kids Learn book, you're going to do a cause and effect on page 46. Remember, cause, and I put it down here, is something that happened, and effect is the result of that something that just happened. So if I was walking down my neighborhood and there was a rock and I tripped, the cause was there was a rock, and the effect was that I tripped over the rock and maybe I hurt myself, okay? And we did a lot of this in class. So cause is something that happened, and then what was the effect of it. On page 46, questions 1 through 3, yes, that starts with the cause, and you need to write the effect. For an example, they said the class had perfect attendance. So if the class had perfect attendance in our class, the effect would be we get to do a little happy dance and scribble in, or not scribble in, I'm sorry, color in one of our letters from perfect attendance. And then we all get super excited because we're all here. So that is the effect of having perfect attendance. For questions 4 through 6, they start with the effect, and you need to write the cause. So if the effect is that I colored in one of our letters from perfect attendance, then the cause of that was that's because everyone was present that day. So you will do that for day 4. And then day 5, you're going to complete any assignments that you have not completed and do some Lexia. I have noticed a lot of us have not been doing our Lexia, so please do not forget to hop on Lexia and do get some units done. For writing this week, I want you to pause my video right now, and I want you to draw an X over the one that says complete page 46 cause and effects. That was an oopsie that was on the top part of our lesson frame, and I just went over that. So I want you to cross that off. You will not be doing that for writing. Okay, you will be focusing on page 44 from your Kids Learn book. And in there, you're going to focus on irregular plural nouns. And down here, I wrote what it means. It's when there is more than one noun and it breaks the rule. So we're not just going to add an S at the end because there's more than one thing. Okay, it actually gets changed. So for an example on page 44, and I'm going to do number 2 with you. Someone give the answer for 2. Although one baby tooth, and tooth is underlined, fell out, many more must fall out before I have all my adult, is it all my adult teeth or all my adult tooths? It would be teeth, okay? More than one tooth is teeth, okay? And if you add an S to any of these words, then that means it is incorrect. It's an irregular plural noun, so it does not have an S at the end. That will be for day 1 in writing. In day 2 and 3, you are going to choose any book. Okay, it can be a book you're reading right now. It can be a book you've read during our school closure. It can be an article. It can be any book from Sora, from Destiny, any book that you have read or are reading, and you're going to do a book recommendation. And remember, Mrs. Freitas did a lot of book recommendations in the beginning of the year, so I think we're very familiar with this. So you're just going to write me 3 to 5 sentences of why should I read your book or why should I not? And I do have some questions that can help guide you right here. Okay, did you enjoy your book? Why or why not? What was your favorite part and why should your friend also read it? So those are some questions you can think about when you are doing your book recommendation. Convince me, persuade me, why should I read your book or why should I not read your book? Okay? All right, and then on page 48, that will be on day 4, you are going to start with a noun and a verb and end with the verb on page 48 in your Kids Learn book. So on page 48, you're going to have nouns on one side and you're going to match them up with the correct verb. And I wrote down a noun is a person, place, or thing, and a verb is an action, something you are doing. So for an example, my verb is my dog, and then we have options for verbs. Is my dog twinkles? My dog meows? That would be a little silly. My dog gallops? My dog learns? My dog plays? Or my dog barks or chirps? So I have my noun dog. What's the verb that the dog is doing? And of course, our dogs bark. So you're going to draw a line to it. I'm going on to your last day for writing. You're going to be completing page 55, and it's called Which Meaning? And this one's very interesting. It can be a little tricky, so I'm going to explain it. So on page 55, it looks like this. At the top in blue, it's highlighted in blue, there are 3 options, A, B, or C. And that means that there are 3 meanings for the word part. 3 meanings. A, part can mean a role in a play. B, a part can mean a piece of a whole. Or C, divide. If you are a part, you're dividing. Okay, so there are 3 meanings for the word part. And you're going to write for numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5, A, B, or C. What part are they talking about? In number 1, it says, I will take part of the pizza. And they put B for that, which means a piece of a whole. You're going to take part of that whole entire pizza. So they put the letter B, and that's the same thing you're going to do. So where do you part your hair? Is that a role in a play? Probably not. Is that a piece of a whole? It could be. Or is that a divide? So that one would be a divide. If you're parting your hair down the middle, you are dividing your hair, okay? And then your last one for writing this week will be page 57, and you are going to look at long vowels and write in the correct word for that sentence. So for writing this week, it's a lot of Kids Learn pages. For math this week, I have put a smiley face by the assignments that are your must-dos. Those are the first things you will be doing before doing anything for that day. So pause the screen, push pause, and I want your lesson frame right in front of you, and I want you to circle everything that I have a smiley face next to. That is all that I want you doing besides Dreambox. You can also do Dreambox, okay? If you choose that you have a lot of time, go ahead and complete everything. But a lot of us have parents who are working right now and a lot of things just going on. I do not want you to be stressed about finishing all this work. So please do me a favor and circle just what I have there. And that is what I want you to focus on each day. So that is one math assignment each day. If you are somebody who has the time and wants to do everything, that's awesome, okay? That makes me really happy. But if not, that's okay. That's why I have put a smiley face next to it. And a lot of the ones that I put a smiley face next to will be worksheets that you have in your packet. Okay? That's in your packet. So that will be for math. And if there's anything stuck there, you know your resources. YouTube, Joshua LaBelle, everything is on there. And also me. Okay, I am here for for any questions that you do have. Going into social studies and science this week, it's the same thing. You are going to pick one. I have had students who's doing it all, which is fine. I'm totally happy with that. But then again, I really want you just to focus on one. Okay, so either social studies or science. If you are enjoying learning about the terrorist attack, go ahead and continue that. But if you want to do some things with our Sarkogle investigation, continue doing that. Remember, you only need to pick one, either social studies or science. Do not do it all unless you have that time and can do it, okay? So our resources are right here on YouTube. You are going to search Joshua LaBelle, and I have it in red. And all your videos are on there, okay? All the videos explaining some things that we may have forgotten, everything is on there. And I'm also just a phone call away. Just call me and I will stop and help you. I would be more than happy to. Please do not sit there stuck. And finally, our work. Last video, I did state that work will be turned in this Thursday. So this Thursday from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. when you go pick up your packet, you need to turn in your work, okay? And bring any library books that you have or any school materials that you have at your house. So if you have a library book from Mrs. Barnhill or from my library, please bring that back on Thursday, okay? Or any other school materials, and I will take it and give it to Mrs. Barnhill and return my library book. So please search your house and make sure you do not have anything that belongs to the school. So assignments that are due for this week are in your kids' learn book. Do not turn this book in. I do not want this book. We still have work to do in here. You are just turning in the assignments that I have listed there. So it says assignments that are due. In your kids' learn book, rip out pages 44, 45, 47, and 51. You're going to find all those pages and just rip them out. Okay? Do not turn this book in. Rip out those pages. Also, turn in all of your math worksheets. Okay? All these papers that we give you for math, please turn those in. If it's not correct, that's okay. I just want to see your work. That is it. Turn all of those in. And even if you're not completed, if you have not finished and we've already gone through that week, turn those in. Okay, I want to see your progress. And next, I want your bubble map, your rough draft, and your final draft turned in of why or why not, why you would want to be older or younger. I want to see the progress that you have made. So turn in your bubble map, rough draft, and final draft. And last but not least, your benchmark book. Spending time and money. We do not need this book anymore. We're done with spending time and money. So I would like to have it so I can look through what you guys have annotated and highlighted and all the great work that you have done in this book. Okay, so assignments that are due, rip those pages out of your learn book. Do not turn in your learn book. I need you to turn in all math worksheets, your bubble map, rough draft, and final draft, and your benchmark book. And don't forget, anything that belongs to the school, please turn that in also. This will all be turned in on Thursday, okay? This Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1, and lunch will still be served from 11 to 1. If excuse me, if you cannot make the time that we have for third grade, please just make any time that is convenient to you so that we can get these packets in your hands. If you have any trouble getting the packet for the following week, please call me, okay? I will help you get that packet in your hand, whether it's digital or any other way, figuring out something together so that we can get your child's packet in their hands. Please reach out to me. I am here to help you. All right, boys and girls, I will talk to all of you this week. I'll be checking in and seeing how you are doing and if there's anything that I can help you with. All right, boys and girls, have a great week. Bye.